President Trump's deadline for federal offices to end their diversity, equity and inclusion programs is fast approaching. They have until 5 p.m. Eastern to place all employees in DEI supporting roles on paid leave and close down any websites and social media accounts related to DEI agencies. This comes after Trump signed an executive order Monday in which he claims efforts to diversify the federal government were discriminatory and created wasteful spending. A memo sent to agencies by the Trump administration and obtained by CBS News reads in part, quote, "These programs divided Americans by race, wasted taxpayer dollars, and resulted in shameful discrimination," end quote. Yesterday, Trump also stood behind his choice to pardon people who participated in the January 6th insurrection at the Capitol, including members of far-right nationalist groups like the Proud Boys and Oath Keepers.
I thought it was very excessive, and at least the cases that we looked at, these were people that actually love our country, so we thought a pardon would be appropriate.
CBS News White House reporter Willie James Inman joins us from our D.C. bureau with more on this. These are controversial moves, Willie James, but they are the exact thing that Trump pledged to do. What exactly will a rollback of these diversity supporting programs, for example, look like? What exactly is getting cut?
Hey there, Errol. Good to be with you. This is exactly what Trump promised on the campaign trail, essentially, rolling back these DEI programs, or diversity, equity, and inclusion programs that he believes, now the White House believes, is discriminatory in terms of hiring when it comes to hiring those people in the federal government. And Trump really wants to move towards a more merit-based system. That's the thinking here behind the White House's move today. Now, you described it perfectly. The different government agencies across the federal government will have until 5 p.m. today to put those people who are involved with these programs on administrative leave. They'll also have to essentially lay out how these programs have been dispersed by the federal government in the later part of the week. And this would essentially mean that those people who are involved in those DEI programs will eventually be let go. President Trump has really been forceful in terms of fighting back against these programs that some Republicans have called woke, simply saying that they're discriminatory practices in terms of hiring people and moving towards that more merit-based system. So this is certainly one of those more controversial moves that the president is making, because those DEI programs, some people say, help diversify the ranks of the federal government and different agencies across the federal government. So really a swift change in the first 2 days of his new administration, Errol.
And just in our last few moments with you, Trump also began implementing his immigration crackdown. What does that look like?
Yeah, it's sweeping. It's really about targeting the asylum system here in the United States. It's also cracking down and really apprehending immigrants that are here illegally, the White House says. They said that they were eventually supposed to roll out these immigration raids, but they were calling them enforcement actions across the country. That it's kind of up in the air because a lot of folks had a heads up. So if you have a heads up, you can maybe change your location, different things like that. So we, of course, will certainly watch that. But one of the things I also wanted to mention is President Trump looking to get rid of birthright citizenship. That is certainly being challenged in the courts by at least nearly 24 states. So we'll wait and see what happens there, Errol.
All right, Willie James Inman, thank you very much.